Hello, and welcome to Zephyr's Healing Podcast. Today's topic is all about skin. It's a very hot topic because it's not really surprising. Every time we wake up in the morning, the first thing we do is we wash our skin and on the face and other parts of the body, and all we do is see skin around because this is the largest organ. It weighs 10 to 14 kilos and it covers all of our body. And the function of the skin is, of course, to protect us, to protect from the outer environment, from bacteria, from viruses, from various things. But it has other functions as well, such as regulating the heat, regulating the cold, the temperatures. Another very important function, which we never pay attention to, is the communicative function of the skin. It communicates not only what's happening outside, but it communicates what's happening inside of your body. And so if we're able to pick up those messages, then we can help our skin to glow and to be bright and healthy. In this way, avoiding to use all those products that are out there, or lotions and scrubs and potions and creams and numerous foundations which people use to cover up what? The root cause. And one of the very important things to remember is that there is no better way of finding solutions than going back to nature. And nature is perfect. Nobody can outdo it. Not yet. So in terms of intelligence. So the very first thing we can do to keep ourselves and our skins healthy is to have a balanced diet, to have more vegetables and fruits and juices, natural juices, to cut down on refined sugar, alcohol, caffeine, all those things that can be damaging for your gut health. And of course, gut health is something that everything starts from your gut, because that's where your fuel goes and that's where it supplies your blood. It supplies your blood with necessary elements. Of course, you might say that genetics plays a role, and yes, it does. However, if I were to drink all my life, periodically alcohol, if I had to consume alcohol, I had to smoke and lead an unhealthy lifestyle. If I were to drink Coca-Cola every single day for my breakfast, of course, I was going to ruin my gut health and I was going to ruin my skin. And so all these things affect. In this case, the genetics would be ruined. And at the age of 41, I can say that I'm proud. I've never used any sorts of cream. I've tried them, but I've never used them because I always was disappointed at the results. And so I stopped, and actually it led to a healthier skin. And of course, I've had skin problems in the form of allergies. But if you've probably listened to my previous podcast, I talk about allergies. And again, it was just a way of your body to communicate that the overload. There was an overload on your liver, kidneys, digestive system, and you needed to clear up your system. I needed to clear up my system and solve the issues. I'm sure everyone comes across skin problems in their lifetime, and it has to do with a lot of causes, and of course it's multifaceted. It's never one thing. There's a combination of different various things, but if you're attentive enough, then you can always pick up those signals that your body is giving you. So another very important function of the skin is the synthesis of the light to sunlight to give you vitamin D. And Of course, you can get vitamin D from other sources, but it's minuscule compared to the sunlight. And such things as, for example, the eggs and the fish contain vitamin D, but of course, the primary source of vitamin D is the sunlight. And the only way you can get is to be out in the sun. If you're inside and there is a sunlight falling onto your skin, the glass is a barrier, so it will not allow you to get the necessary amount of vitamin D. The use of sun creams is another thing that I don't know, the society is just overwhelmed with all these products. Of course, sun cream can be useful in moderate amount and in necessary situations. However, I know people in the UK who are prescribed sun cream for everyday use, and this can be very shocking. For no reason they prescribe the sun cream. Yes, your skin might be sensitive, but again, as I said, if your skin is sensitive, there's something else happening in your body, and you need to find the root cause and not cover up with the sun cream, which is going to be detrimental in your general health. And so imagine UK, there is very little sun in general. We all know that UK is not a sunny country. And plus to that, you prescribe a sun cream and for everyday use. Where do you get your vitamin D then? Of course, your body is going to have a vitamin D deficiency. Another thing to look at and to bear in mind when you use sun creams, use it very moderately. And one option I would offer is, if you are going to go out and you need to put the sun cream, put it 10-15 minutes later. At least your skin will get the amount of vitamin D that it needs, and then you can protect it. So these sun creams and all these products are going to clog your pores. They're going to be a source of toxicity for your system. So what I would recommend is to stop using all those products. It will save you money, and it all will save your skin as well. And so just drink plenty of water. Try to hydrate your skin, because your body consists mainly of water. So if your intake of water is improved, then your skin will improve as well, especially if it's a dry skin. Also, skin can reflect the situation of your hormones in your body. That's why we often see with teenagers, when their hormones are starting to, really become unregulated because of these transitions. They're going crazy. So sometimes teenagers also flare up, and the skin breaks out, and these kind of things are also a sign that something is not right with your hormones. And unfortunately, this doesn't have to be only for teenagers. A lot of people continue having these problems throughout their lives because they haven't been able to regulate their hormones. What are the things that you can do to improve your skin condition? Of course, it is your gut health in the very first place. You need to make sure your gut is healthy, that your intake of food is healthy, that you don't drink alcohol or smoke, because that makes things worse, and use less caffeine if possible. And another thing is, you can reduce the use of milk. Usually milk is not for adults. That's why I remember I never liked milk. I don't know why we were made to drink milk in schools. So yes, it's a baby milk. So once you've grown up, you don't need milk as such. It's a different thing when it's used to make cheese and yogurts. It's a different process, but the milk itself is not very good for our body. So another thing you can do is to detox. Detox doesn't have to be harsh. It can be very subtle and start with cutting down on meat. Then you can gradually remove animal source products. And it can only take a period of time. In Christianity, we have this tradition of Lent and fasting. And so you can do that. And, it's just a tradition, but there are secrets in tradition. It's actually helping your body to detoxify. And it's very good that it's done in spring after winter. Not so usually detox is not so good in winter. It's better to do it closer to the springtime. There are herbs. You can consult with naturopaths or people who know and use regularly those herbs to clear your digestive system, your liver and kidneys. Basically, if you support your gut health, and the gut health will support your internal organs, and the internal organs in its turn will support other parts of the body to fight the inflammation. Your immune system will go up, and your body will be able to fight the inflammation and bring back your body into balance, and your skin will start coming back to balance as well. Of course, if you're prone to skin conditions, for example, I know that I'm prone, although it only happened twice in my lifetime, but whenever my body gets inflamed, it comes up as an allergy. The stressors can be physical, and they can also be emotional, psychological. So both of them play a role, and they affect your gut health. Some other good things that is interesting. I knew that in Armenian tradition, and my mom, I've heard from her, we say cabbage juice is good for the gut. But also in the UK, I've heard from professional naturopaths that cabbage juice is good. Of course, it's not a very pleasant one. So I, for example, love cabbage salad. So I make a salad with some cabbage, some lemon, and some oil, and even that's enough. Sometimes I add some carrots, but grated carrots. I love cabbage, and it's apparently very good for your gut health. So, and try to wash your face. If you want to use a scrub, I've started using very recently soda bicarbonate. If you need a scrub, you don't need chemicals. And bicarbonate, it just brings back your pH into balance. It can help you get that effect that you get from the chemical scrubs. So it can save you money, and it can be healthy for your skin. That's all for today's episode, and you've been listening to Zephyr's Healing Podcast. If you have any questions, please write in the comments below, or like my page and subscribe to my channel. I believe I will be coming up with more and more interesting stuff. See you soon, and bye for now.